We're live, and you're a brand new distributor.
I love it. We love it.
We do.
You want me to get started, or do you want to start?
We can go back and forth, but my name's Kyler Pentecost, and this is my fiance, Christy, soon to be Christy Pentecost. And we've got Tiffany Pasick. One cool thing is we're here tonight because we're so thankful you joined our team, our It Works Global team. We wanted to tell you some about ourselves, about the success that we've seen here at It Works, but we don't want to wait a second at all. We want you profitable. We want you telling people all the money you're making. We want you telling people about how much you love these products. And we just don't want to give it even a second for you to sit back and not just turn this thing into that cash cow that it is. We're really excited. There's never been a more exciting time to be a part of It Works Global than right now. They've got all the right tools. They've got a great leadership team. They've got open markets in over 20 countries across the world, and they're opening new ones every day. And we have something people don't have, which is great products with immediate results that people can feel, see, and notice just almost the moment they start on a product. But in addition, we've got a very affordable price point, not just to be a customer, but to also sell this stuff. And we're going to tell you how to take your money and make it work for you. But I'm Kyler Pentecost. I used to work at a law firm out in Washington, D.C. And when I didn't get a raise 2 years in a row, this wonderful wrap company came across my desk, and I said yes. And I'm really glad I did. I didn't think it was going to be a full-time career type of a thing for me. I thought it was going to be an extra $400, $500 each month that could be my raise that my upper management didn't think that I deserved at that point, because they couldn't afford to give it to me. And I decided I'm going to give myself a raise every year, every month, all the time. And that's what I've done with It Works. But we're excited to show you how to do it. Tiffany, you want to share a little bit about you?
Yeah, I would love to. Our journey was probably a little bit different because we came into this 6.5 years ago, just really needing it to work. My husband and I had owned a couple businesses, and when the economy crashed really bad, we found ourselves literally out of no money. I mean, when you're a business owner, you're the last to get paid. And I think that's what scares people sometimes about starting a business. And so we came into this really needing to make that money right away. You know, we couldn't afford not to let this work, so to say. We had to make it work. And so I think that was a huge advantage for us, is we had a big why. We had a big reason to be motivated. And when I saw something as simple as the wrap and knew that I could make that right now money, and really truly just being a new mom, we had our son at 39. And so truthfully, every girl I knew had had a baby, and they all still talked about, stretch marks or skin slackening. And I thought, even just if this was the only product that we had, then it would be just phenomenal, And so luckily we have all the other things that go along with it, but that's what really got us hooked into this. And again, I was probably like you, Kyler. I think my goal when I started was like, gosh, if I could just be a diamond. If I could just have that couple thousand a month kind of coming in to contribute to the household income, take some of the stress off. That really was what I saw when I first looked at this, never imagining, probably like you, that it would turn into like a multi-million-dollar business and earn us, millions of dollars. I thought, man, a couple thousand would be great. And, who knew? So it's been incredible, and absolutely love every part of it. And, what we love is seeing new people come on board. And knowing that they have the same shot that we had, only I feel like even greater now because of all the, all the other things that we have now. It's just a different beast. It's a beast. It's not just an animal, it's a beast.
Oh, when Tiffany and I joined, it was like, in 1 year, you can go ruby. And now we know people who go ruby in a night. And then it was like, oh my goodness, the top tippy top earners were double diamonds. And now we've heard of people going triple diamond, which is a promotion above it, in just 3 months. We've heard of people going to the top rank ambassador in 7. We're just, the sky's really the limit for people who are ready to get to work and and tear this thing up.
Yeah. And it all starts with the basics, right? Like what I love is that we all, it's an even playing field, you know, and we had spent some years in the industry before, and I've always believed that the best trained team wins, because without that training, and Kyler, I still laugh because when you went presidential and you came to South Bend for us and that video got recorded of me talking about confidence in the beginning, I feel like I was so young, like I don't even know if I was confident yet. And here I was talking about, you got to be confident, you know. So if any of you want some entertainment, you can find that video. But, you know, I just
got it on my YouTube.
Oh, gosh. I mean, every new person comes in with the same tools. And, you know, I love that it makes it even and a simple formula. Where before it's like you couldn't be amazing, or I didn't feel like I could be amazing in this business unless I had a great sponsor there with me all the time. And because of all the tools that It Works has and all of the support and all of the training and everything that we have, I mean, you can be successful if your sponsor's in another country, for that matter, let alone another state. So it's just an even playing field. And like I feel like I tell people now, you are at a better time to sign up now than I was 6.5 years ago. No question.
By far. Yeah, absolutely. So should we jump right into how these guys can get started making the money, taking home that cash, and also, you know, starting to build something called residual income, which I was so excited when I joined It Works. They have such a cool business model, you know. We're not selling something where someone buys it once and then they've got it. Like if you buy a car, you're not looking to buy a car next month or the month after. But with our products, it's something people use monthly. And so what that means is our customers and our distributors are utilizing these things each and every month. And so what happens is when I work really hard this month and I work hard the next month and I work hard the next month, the customers that I've taken on, the distributors that are now building a network with me, all of that is growing and creating volume that I'm paid on month after month after month. And I have had some months where something crazy happens in my family and I still get paid. Or, you know, your attention has to be put on maybe one of your children because they're having a really hard time. You didn't be able to give this what you wanted. But guess what? This is the first thing that's ever come into your life that because of the efforts you put in today, you'll get paid tomorrow and the day after. We actually call it beach money because Tiffany and I could actually go get a house on the beach and we would get paid year after year, lots of money. And that's the goal. We're not done yet. We actually think that we're like doubling our ante every year. Like this is the most fun we've ever had. So we're not leaving. But what you should know is that the things we teach you will make you money today and next month and the month after and the month after. So that's the goal here. Tiffany, will you jump in and start telling them about, I can actually do a share screen as well in the eSuite for whatever you're saying.
Cool. All right. Yeah. I mean, whatever works. I mean, I'm visual, so I learn visually, but and this is going to be for some of you kind of like, I kind of know that, but keep in mind, experience makes you the best teacher. So you might know it because you've done it, but where you're really going to learn it is where you start teaching it. So, you know, if you're brand new, which some of you have been invited to this, being fairly new in the business, and I meet people and they're like, I didn't know I had that. And it's almost like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So I know that I've told new distributors, like, this is what you want to do. And then they hear it again 2 weeks later. They're like, oh, I didn't know about that. I'm like, well, I know we talked about it, but maybe you weren't ready to kind of absorb that yet, you know, or maybe they were just thinking about making their list when we were talking about logging in and doing this. So the first thing that seems pretty basic is you want to explain to a new distributor what an eSuite is, you know, what their back office is. So a lot of times we use those terms interchangeably. So sometimes we may say, oh, it's in your eSuite, or we may say it's in your back office. Those two things are one and the same. So you want to make sure your new distributor knows that as soon as they sign up, how to log into this. It's their back room. It's where they're going to do a lot of things to run their business and see their business. So they're going to get their ID number, which is their username. So that digit, 7 digits long or 8 digits now, whatever it is, that they get assigned. They're going to go here. They're going to type it in like Kyler's showing you, and they're going to type in their password, and they're going to be in. And then they're going to be in that back office. Now, this is free, which is pretty cool for the first 30 days to a new distributor. And then afterward, it is $20 a month. And I tell them that that's to run their multi-million-dollar business. Because as you'll see in here, which we won't cover a ton on tonight, because a new distributor doesn't have a lot of reports. They don't have much in there. So we don't want to overwhelm them with everything in there right away. We're just going to tell them a couple things that they're going to want to know to get in and dig in right away. So after their 30 days, it's $20 monthly, and let them know it's just going to come out automatically, but they're going to want to have it because it's where they're going to do a lot of things. So we want them to know where to log in. The first thing that I'm telling them to do is watch the It Works University, which is up there. I tell them it's the little college U. They want to click on that, and that is their training. It's going to start, getting them to learn the basics of the business, getting to see Mark and Cindy Pentecost with a message, talking about the steps to success, a little bit of some wrap party stuff. It gives them a little guidebook they can download and print, which is really cool. Like, I'm visual, so I like to see things printed out. And how cool is it? They can see right away who owns our company. There's people that go to work for multi-million and billion-dollar companies that don't even know who the CEOs are. Our CEO and owners are so personable. So it makes them feel like they're involved in part of something. So get them in the eSuite, let them get into that training. The other thing back there I like them to see, and just so you know, the university doesn't take like days to go through. I mean, they can watch literally all the information in a handful of hours, and they don't have to do it all in one day necessarily, but I'm saying, hey, you want to get in there right away and do this, just so you know some of the things and start to build your confidence. And again, truly, that's what a lot of this is. If they're getting started, they want to become really feeling like this was a great opportunity for them, like they did the right thing by joining. So in there, also in the documents, so if we go back to the front there, there's our document library. That's one of the other things I want them to know about is where they can print order forms. If they're not doing all of their stuff online, it's where they're going to print order forms. It's where they're going to get product information. Important to them is how they get paid. So they're going to see in there how they actually set up their commissions. Everybody wants their money, so they're going to learn all of that. But they can print things there. And here's the other thing, walk your new distributor through how to actually fill out an order form. It sounds silly because we're like, oh, it's just kind of common sense. But if you've never done it before, it's a little intimidating. So make sure they just know that, what they fill out, what they actually have to put on there. I like when we actually do launch distributors, when we go do that first party, which we're going to talk about launching. But what I like to do that night is when we gather some customers is actually show them at that point, if they haven't already, how to log in and actually enter that loyal customer order. So they see where they're going to do that. So into orders, that's where they want to know. I mean, do we want people signing customers? Yes. But I promise you, there are people intimidated to do it because they don't feel like they know what they were supposed to do. So in here under orders on the left side, you see enroll new loyal customer. They're going to click that and it's going to give them, that's actually where they go to sign a distributor to. So they're going to pick a retail customer, which is the one-time purchase. Nobody does that. Loyal customer. And then they're going to just basically type in all that information they have on the form, and it's going to be right there, and they're going to do it. So, and then distributors, the same thing. So, take some time to walk them through that, because again, anything that you do it for the first time is awkward, it's uncomfortable, and you're not confident. Your confidence only comes from doing. There's some of you now that could sign up a loyal customer in your sleep because you've done it so many times. But think back to when you were brand new, clicking through there, not wanting to make a mistake and feeling confident on that. So, make sure you're doing that. The other thing in there is an important one that we like is in documents is a memory jogger. A memory jogger is basically going to help you start to make that hundreds list. In your new distributors, we want to start getting them going through making that hundreds list. It's going to give them some brainstorm ideas, people that they've forgotten of, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. Kyler's incredible at teaching you how to build that memory jogger and working that list. But I promise you there's going to be people on there that they didn't think of. They're like, oh, I totally didn't think of that person. I mean, outside of going through their phone and some things like that. What I love to have people do is they're going to get catalogs in their kit. And if they're with me before they get their kit, I'm giving them a catalog anyway. I'm going to say, let's start going through your product catalog to make your hundreds list. And let's just start putting down names next to these products. So grab a pen and let's write down next to the wraps who you think is going to be interested in the wraps right away. You know, who do you know that's going to want to tighten, tone, and firm right away? Who do you know that's just had a baby? Who are your moms that still talk about having a baby pouch? Let's write all their names down next to the wraps. Those are people that we're going to talk to about becoming a loyal customer or getting them to your launch event. So let's write those names down. You know, let's talk about defining gel. You know, who do you know that's got problem skin? Who do you know that's got eczema, psoriasis, got some varicose veins? You know, maybe has some stretch marks and skin slacking, and they'd love to hydrate their skin with this product. And again, you're just giving them some ideas that they can write down. You know, the greens. You know, who do you know that would love to feel more energized, that, you know, is juicing? You know, who do you know that doesn't get all their fruits and vegetables, that needs to get some healthy spectrums going in their body? And just start putting names next to every single product. And you'll be surprised how fast this starts flowing. The greens choose. You know, who do you know that's got high blood pressure, high cholesterol? I know Kyler, Liz Weldy did a great job. She got that party recorded the other night. And Lois, did you see her share her testimony on the choose about her blood pressure? Yeah. So start thinking about people that you know and just writing. I promise you, your goal minimally to get qualified for all the bonuses out of the gate in this business is 4 loyal customers your first 30 days. Now, you don't stop at 4. That's just like what you're going, the minimum to make sure you're in on bonuses. I promise you, 4 customers is not impossible or overwhelming if next to every product you're writing down 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4 names. By the time you're done doing that, you're going to have literally probably 100 to 150 names. And they're not all going to buy the product the first month. If you do, you're a record breaker, which let's go do it, have someone break it.
Absolutely.
But you're certainly going to feel like, oh my gosh, I could totally get 4. Like, it's going to build your belief of knowing people need this. Hair, skin, and nails. Do you know anybody that has hair, skin, or nails? I think there's a few people you might know, right? So you just start writing it down. So working your hundreds list becomes really simple doing that. And then to build your confidence on the products a little bit more, obviously, through time, you're going to become a product of the product. You're going to start using them. You're going to get your results. You're going to get your testimonies. But at the same time, in the back office, those product spec sheets are there. And then also available that's really great is the myitworksproductcoach.com. So myitworksproductcoach.com. And it answers questions. So if you're like, what products do we have that are gluten-free? It's going to pull up an answer for you. So, you know, if you have a specific on ingredients, what products, it's just going to talk to you. It's a little bit of a tutorial. It's a great tool to, again, just get your confidence building on what this does. Look how cute she is. She's like interactive. But check it out. You can type in any keyword on there and then search. And usually they give you good answers. But every product, if you look on the side, it's got body care, skin care. So again, it's going to give you ingredients, product descriptions, everything on there. So do any Works products contain gluten? Answer, Bat Fighter and Wow. So bet some of you didn't know that, right? So how about that? Isn't that cool?
That's really
cool that our company has something that awesome. So it's like having your own little It Works expert at your fingertips, outside of all the product spec sheets in the back office. And what Kyler taught me to do in the beginning was I printed off, because if you know me, and you will get to know me, I'm a horrible memorizer. Like, I didn't do good at school because school's all based on memorization. So my biggest fear was, what if somebody asks me something I don't know? So I put together a binder. It's out in my box, otherwise I'd grab it because I just did a wrap party Tuesday night. But it's a 3-ring binder that I printed every single product spec sheet. Now, in the beginning, I didn't have a lot of money. I didn't have a printer, but my library had a really good printer, and it was free. You know, some libraries might charge 5 cents or 10 cents. But either way, I went to the library and I printed off every sheet and I put it in a 3-ring binder. So guess what? If I go to a party and someone asks me like, oh, does your product have such and such? people come up with all kinds of stuff. I'd be like, that's a really good question. I don't know. ThermoFit, let me tell you. I flip open the ThermoFit page and look right there. It's going to give me the ingredients. How about that? So I don't have to know what's in it. I don't have to memorize it. I still, to this day, Kyler, you probably don't either. I only know 2 products in the wraps.
2 ingredients.
I think I might only know 1, eucalyptus. Hair bells. I don't know. I don't get paid to answer what ingredients, but I have the answers if they need them. So anyway, that's just kind of the main thing. So those are the couple of things, and then we can kind of dig into some deeper stuff. But is there anything on there that I forgot, Kyler, that's you feel negative?
I do think, some of you out there, there's a personality type that is very, like Tiffany's talking about, she doesn't feel like she needs to know all the ingredients, and you're like almost foaming at the mouth at the possibility of not knowing. And so what we want to tell you is that that's a personality type, and that's actually for you. So if you feel like you need to know it, do it for you, but that's not how you sell it. So one thing that we are not licensed as is doctors. So we're not here to know the ins and outs of every ingredient and what the formulators did. Those are very highly specialized, very well-trained individuals. Those sheets are there to give you the backbone of what you need to tell someone. If someone is going to use toothpaste, they don't ask the person at the toothpaste place, well, what's every ingredient in this doing? People don't care. They want to know if it's safe and if it's good and if it'll work. Same is true for our products. When I show them before and afters of that wrap, and then I say it's safe, it's using, essential oils and herbs and plants, you need to just put it on and see what it does. And if they're really nitpicky on it, I'll give them a sheet, just like what Tiffany said. And if I don't have a sheet, you can pull your website up on your phone and you can go to it, find the product. There's an area that says product info sheet. You click it, boom, you've got it. You can even take that link, text it to someone if they're that interested. But one thing you don't want to do as a business owner is make everyone at your event feel like they need to be a doctor to do this business. And then we don't want to get gotcha'd by a doctor that's in the room, making it feel like we know all these things when we weren't trained in that. So keep it simple, and the more complicated you make it, the less people at your party feel like they can join you and do this with you. And that might be going a little too deep into what you need to be thinking of, but just know, don't get into the doctor level stuff. You are an It Works distributor. Have fun with it. Tiffany was talking about how she liked that it was going to help with her skin elasticity, and she liked the pictures she saw. And she knew a lot of ladies that would like that too. That's as simple as it is. Don't complicate it. Because when it's that simple, your friends get to share it that simply. If it's that complicated, now when I tell Christy, she's got to figure out how she's going to tell someone it on that complicated level. So keep it all really simple. And, Marketing 101, find a need and provide a solution. So what Tiffany said about that product sheet is, you're just looking for needs. Who out there is looking to get their health back? Who out there has been talking about not liking their skin, it's cracking, or maybe they've got acne, or maybe they've got issues going on with it, like that we don't need to talk about, but they got them. Or lots of wrinkles, and now all of a sudden, oh my goodness, you're doing one of these spa parties, you're going to love it. And, you just get to hear and listen and think through that, and then you get to provide a solution to it with all the stuff that we've got. I think, do you want to jump to steps to success?
Yes, for sure.
Okay, cool. I got to figure out how to get, there it is. Okay.
You're a ninja. So every month is what we want to print. And it's our goal to do it. Because if we're doing this and we're teaching this and we're duplicating this, and if this was, you joined It Works, and if you said, okay, they said, hey, here's the deal. We're hiring you, but here's the qualifications. To make your 6 figures in this business, you've got to do the steps to success every month at your job. So every month, you need to be adding 4 customers to your personal business portfolio, and you need to be bringing on 3 distributors to your personal business. If that was what you knew you had to do to earn a 6-figure income, and you had to do it to make it, or you'd get fired and lose every opportunity you had, every single one of you would do it. And I tell people all the time, the biggest challenge in this business is everything is optional. It's optional to do any of the stuff that we talk about tonight. It's optional to launch your business. It's optional to talk to customers. It's optional to tell anybody about the business. But if it was required, darn sure every single person would be doing it every single month. So it's a good thing to shoot for. Now, every month, will people do it? Some. There's going to be some. I haven't done it every month of my career. I think even in the beginning, Kyler, we didn't even have steps to success. So we're just like, we just sign up people. How many? We don't know. But now it's kind of like this target that we're like, okay, I know I need to add 4 LCs and 3 DTs, and I think my magic number is just 7. So whether it's, 4 DTs 1 month and 3 LCs, or 5 LCs and 2 DTs, my goal is just to always be building 7. 7, 7, 7, 7. So it's a guideline is really what it is. So print it at the beginning of every month. What I do is I like to use it as when I get those filled in, then I write it. So as soon as I get an LC, I write their name in number 1. As soon as I get my second LC, I write that LC in number 2. And I write the date that they join just for my own benefit. And then step 3, getting those distributors, same thing. I write their name next to the little circle when they become that distributor, and I write the day that they joined. And then as they're getting their loyal customers, I'm putting like little check marks above, because I want those distributors to be getting commission qualified, which I'll let Kyler talk about, gathering those fast start bonuses and bonuses from getting loyals, because that's huge in the beginning.
Yeah. There's all kinds of people that you can go to get to be your customers. And we like to tell people, get your customers before your kit comes in. And I have had a few people when they join, they'll say, oh, I want to wait until I've been on the products for like 90 days. And then I want to share this with other people. And I want you to just have a tip as a business, one business owner to another. I remember talking to a girl that's out there, Paige, and she was talking about, what if I didn't see a result on this product or on that product? How do I share it? And she owns a frozen yogurt store. And I said, Paige, if you were lactose intolerant, would that mean that your store is any less successful because you can't have the product? And she said, no. And I said, good, that's what this is about. We have products people want, and we have solutions to things that people have needs to. And so don't make this about you and your results. Of course you joined because you saw something and you were excited about something. Keep that excitement. Now go share it with the world. Don't feel like they have to give you the results. This is where the money talks. 6 years ago, this company did 19 million in sales. 5 years later, they did 750 million in sales. The reason they had that increase is people tried it. They liked what it did. They shared it. People tried it. Those people liked what it did. They shared it more. And it grew from 19 million to 750 million in a 5-year period. Unheard of growth. So the reason I say that is because you can be comfortable with any of the things on your product flyer that it says that these products do. It'll do that. And it'll actually do more. We just can't always claim everything that everything can do. But get to work for loyal customers. Those are your first product testers, your first testimonies. That's your mother, your aunt, your biggest fans, your friends, people who you know that have needs. Get out there. And then that second part, I just want to say, because I've met a lot of people that in the beginning, they're reworking their mind around why are we getting other people to sell this with us? And will they feel like I'm just asking to make money off of them? This isn't about that. This is about making a successful business for you, for them, for everybody. So how do we make it successful? If you owned a restaurant, if you owned any other business, you could hardly be profitable if you were the accountant, if you were the hostess, if you were the servers, if you were the cook, and you had to be the expert on everything, and you had to bring in every customer, and you had to cash every customer out. You need more people. And so the way that we increase our productivity here at It Works is we take on other people excited to make extra income. If someone wants more income in their life, they are a great person to bring into your It Works business. And so we're starting out saying, find 3 people who you want to partner with in your new It Works business. Imagine yourself with a really cool conference table, and you get to sit around it, and now you guys get to brainstorm. Where are we going to tap into new networks? Where are we going to get new customers? Where are we going to find people that could really be good workers with us and could increase our revenue and productivity? And that's how business owners think. They think about, all right, these are the things we want. Now, how do we get it? And these are the people you're going to talk to. Now you're going to start out getting it from Tiffany and I and Christy and this whole group that you've become a part of. But I just want to share with you the money that you're going to make as you do this. And we're going to be talking to you about launching your business. We're going to be talking to you about actually putting the wrap on people and getting a result. With the startup cost, it's $99. And for many of you, you got that party booster when you joined. And that was $350. It got you all kinds of products that you're sampling and you're trying. And it also got you 20 additional wraps to the 4 that came with your $99 kit. So if you are the norm for us, which is someone who signs up for $99 and gets that $350 party booster kit, you've spent $450. And I want to show you how to immediately become profitable, because Tiffany and I firmly believe that when you're going to your friends and family and they say, how's that going? We want to be telling them how it's going, and we want to be smiling about it, and we know how to make it a smile for you. So I just kind of put some numbers on this paper. Can you see that well, Tiffany?
Yep, sure can.
All right, great. So this is our cost, $99, $350. That's what we spent to get started. That's $450. And you got 24 wraps. So we're going to talk to you about making that hundreds list and inviting people over to sample our products and to also try a wrap. It costs $25 to try a wrap. If you had a couple launch events, and if you went to your aunt or you went to a few people you know and got them to host a wrap party or two, you would absolutely 3 or 4 wrap parties, you would sell more than 24 wraps. Hands down. When you do that, you take 24 times 25 and you have $600 in wrap cash. You're already $150 to the profit from what your sign-up cost was. And you got your greens and your fat fighter and your lip and eye and your other products and things that you needed. Now, we told you we're going after 4 loyal customers. So every customer you get, you make a 15% commission on. If let's just say that each customer bought about $100 worth of product. Well, that's going to be $50 that you get paid each month for their ordering. So that's not just this month. That's January, February, March, April. So let's say this month you got your 4 and next month you got your 4. Now that's $100 for your customers. And then the third month you get 4 more. Now you got $150. That's where the compound effect begins to emerge. The next step we said was sign 3 distributors and help them get their first 2 customers. But we know they want 4 and we know they want 3 distributors. But just helping them get 2 unlocks a bonus. When Tiffany signed up as a distributor and she got her first 2 customers, there was a $100 bonus paid out to the person who enrolled her. And so when you sign 3 and you help them get their customers, you're going to make $300 in bonus. When I added all of this up, the wrap cash, the customers, the fast starts, that has $950 in your hands. And that's not even doing the volume of the distributors' customers or their purchases. I took out the $450 you paid to get in, and I just want you to know doing steps to success is going to put you at the $500 mark. I signed up for $500. I know that that's what Tiffany signed up for. Christy, what did you sign up for when you first got in?
Definitely the $500.
I just know that when people can walk around and share that they made $500 in their first 30 days, that they put their money in, they got it all back, and now they're making money, people are like, tell me about that again. How can I get my hands on something like that? But we stay committed to the steps to success because that's where the money is. We actually have a song, 4 LCs, 3 DTs. This is where the money, this is how you get the money, go Ruby. And it's just fun, but from there, I want to show you one little thing. And some of you, didn't join for $500. You've joined so you could make it a full-time $4,000 a month or something more. And I just want you to know that we're starting with get your cash, get your profit, get your initial team members, then do it again. And you're going to start compounding the money you make. But this is our promotion chart. When you have 2 distributors, you're making about $3,000 a year. when you get your 3 distributors and start helping them do their steps, you go Ruby. That's an extra $5,000 a year. And so I want you to look at this. Diamond was 3 people that did Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where Tiffany was looking to be when she joined. And that's a great income, guys. You know, I was in the business. It took me about a year and a couple months to go Diamond. And that's when I really went like, you know what? I don't want this to just be, I don't want this to just be Diamond income. I'm seeing people do more. And 5 months from the day I decided to, I went double Diamond. And then I went full time and I got to own my life. I got to own my freedom. And it always revolved around me finding more people that needed extra income and getting them to do the steps to success and helping them get their people to do it too. But when you complicate it past that, it just gets difficult and you don't need to do that. You just sign as many people as you can and you teach them the steps to success. So yeah, should we go into, okay, hundreds list. So get the memory jogger and make sure that you print that out. It's going to help you guys. But I'm just going to say really simply, go through every contact on your cell phone and put their name on paper. And then go into your Facebook and look at every friend that you've got on Facebook. You're going to have over 100 names by the time you do this, by the time you do that. And don't think about who they're going to be yet. Just get their names on paper. There's something really profound about that. And your next goal, I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. That memory jogger helps you. But like when I started, I wrote every job I'd ever had. And when I wrote down every job I'd ever had, I thought, okay, now who did I know from each job? So I'd had 7 jobs, and I found about 20 names from each job. That was a lot of people. That's 140 names that I got just by doing jobs. You could do different schools you went to. You could look at the schools your kids are going to and the moms you know from that. There's all kinds of ways for you to really think, who do I know in my community? Who have I known throughout my lifetime? Who did I know in college? Who did I know when I just got out of college? Who did I know before I found my husband or my wife? Who did I know before I had kids? You know, just ask yourself. I am constantly like, oh, I forgot about that whole group of people. And the goal is to put a ton of names on paper. This is what I want to challenge you to. You've got 24 hours from when we just watched this video to get 100 names on paper. And use your phone, use your Facebook, and ask yourself, what's every job I've ever had? What's every bit of education I've ever had? What's every bit of education my kids have had? And start putting names down. And then I want you to go through that list. And I want, if they're local, there's someone who you're going to invite to a sampling event. And we'd really like you to put 2 dates on your calendar tonight. Like you're watching this video right now. Before the day ends, I want you to find on your calendar 2 days in the next 3 weeks that you can have people over and you can have them start sampling these products. We usually say, you know, the first one you can have within the next 3 to 7 days. People often will feel like they're planning a wedding when they're doing this. And I can assure you, we're planning a wedding. You're not planning a wedding. You need water and you need some things to, like little sample cups, and then get some saran wrap to put those wraps on, and, you know, print out some customer forms. This is not big deal stuff. This is your friends, your family, people you've met, telling them that you just got started in a business. And sometimes people can feel afraid, like, oh, my friends are going to think I'm asking them for money. This is the real perspective to give you. If your friend owned a hardware store, you would love to go buy your stuff from that store. You just opened a health and wellness store. And now you get to bring them over and share all the great stuff. And they get to come. They don't even have to bring their wallets, but they should. They're going to want a bunch of stuff. And, you know, when they get there, start sharing. And we've got some great tools for you to learn how to do a good launch event inside of our different groups. But put the dates down. We want 2 at least. Know everyone that you invite, not all of them will make it to your first day. and invite all the same people, even if they came to the second day, because sometimes they need to see it twice to really know that this is for them. And for those of you that really want to go after this, do 3 or 4. Why not? If people didn't make it to your first 2, then why wouldn't you do a 3rd? And why wouldn't you do a 4th? I've had it be where I invite someone to the 1, the 2, the 3, but it's not till the 4th one that they show up. And it's because they're like, I just had to get it all together. But guess what? It matters that they see it. It doesn't matter that they show up to the first one. Just keep inviting. And then if someone's like, I just am having a hard time, say, well, why don't you host a party? You're my friend, and you know people I don't know. And so go through and also ask yourself, who would host one for you? And then the next thing I'm going to have Tiffany talk about is launching on Facebook and having a Facebook launch event.
Yeah, I think sometimes, I love the belly to belly. And again, I think that's where a lot of the confidence comes in for people, trying that wrap, trying the products, getting that confidence. And then I think of Paul, when we went and launched Paul in Florida, having the fingers crossed on one of your prospects going, oh my God, I hope this product works on them. Because there is something about it when it works on you, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. But then there's the, oh, I hope it works on other people, like these are my friends. But when you see that, it builds your confidence. And so I can always tell in the beginning with someone if they're confident or not. I can tell where their business has been or what they've been doing, because the more people you're wrapping, the more confidence you get, because you see this product work and you see people excited and you see the results, and it builds that belief in you. And you've got to do that in the beginning, because if you don't, you're going to just be living in fear and you're not going to get anywhere in your business. It's not going to be productive and it's not going to be successful if you're just holding yourself back. So if you're not with someone that you can do all this with, we talked before doing this about sharing some testimonials, so you can kind of just get some belief in that and kind of borrow some other people's belief on the product. But what we love to do is even doing like a Facebook launch event. So like just the other day, we got a girl started, Claudette, which I'm super excited about. She lives in St. Thomas. Now, I totally want to go to St. Thomas, Virgin Islands and launch her, but I can't get there before conference with everything going on. So I said, let's set up a Facebook event. And this is something we can do if we're not in our backyard to launch our distributors. So I said, all we do is we go to Facebook, just like you create an event for a party or a get together, whatever you're doing, and we create a Facebook wrap event. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in your contacts to this event, and we're going to invite them. Now, we're not going to click invite all 500 of your Facebook friends because it looks impersonal. We're going to hand select some of the key people that you've written down on here that you're like, they would love this product, they would love that product, some of the business people you think you'd like with your team, and we're going to invite some select people personally. And so what I would do is if Kyler was on my list, I would say, Kyler, hey, it's Tiffany. I'm super excited. I'm launching my business with a Facebook event. I'd love to invite you in the group. With your permission, can I add you to the event in my Facebook? I don't like getting added to events that people don't tell me they're adding me to. I get thrown in group events all the time. It's annoying. It's impersonal and it's rude. So just invite a bunch of people and throw them in a group without telling them. Say, hey, I want to invite you personally. Send a message at least through text and say, hey, I'm launching my business through a Facebook event. Can I add you to that event and invite you and give you the details? Sure, that'd be great. Then you add Kyler to the event or your guests, and you can go in there and you can do one of two things. You can just kind of post some information about the products, do a couple videos and put it up. But what I like to do is actually go live inside the Facebook event and do a wrap party. Do a couple of the demos, talk personally to people about the greens, let them be able to interact. So just like we can go Facebook Live from our wall, we can actually go into a Facebook event group and go live as well. And I personally like that better because I feel like there's something about people seeing your energy. Back in the day, Kyler, do you remember when Cammie and Leanne and they were all doing the slideshows with Facebook events and clicking slides? I was like, oh, I can't go there. Like that's way too techy for this girl. So Facebook Live, I can totally do that, so, and it still gets people very engaged and interacting to it, and it works really, really well. So I love those. I think they're fun.
I love that. Yeah.
And the event's always there too. So even if they happen to miss, just like your live video stays on your news feed, that live video also stays in the wrap party. So if they get stuck, putting their kid to bed late and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry I didn't make it on, no worries. Go ahead, Christy. You can go back in the Facebook group and you can still watch that video. Oh, no way. Okay, I didn't know that. So you can make it really fun, keep it small and personal, and really make it a great event, you know? So it's good. It's fun. And there was one other thing I was going to say on something you said. I wanted to write it.
Talked about the hundreds list and having 48 hours for that. And then we were talking about launching and putting their dates on the calendar.
Yeah. So yes, calendar even. You guys all need to download the It Works Wired app.
Yes.
So if you haven't done it, go launch it now, because when we're talking about building our distributors' belief and confidence, events are huge. And that event can be your sponsor doing a bigger wrap party, you know, across the city. It can be a one team, one mission. Again, all of us know people in other parts of the country. And I have sent, I met a girl at the beach down at the Dash one year. And Kyler, do you remember me sending her into the Florida one team, one mission that you did? And she was from Florida, but I lived in Michigan. And I said, I want you to see what this business is all about. Guess what? On such and such a date, we're having a big It Works wrap party. You can go as my guest. And I sent her to see a wrap party in another part of the country. So those one team, one missions, if you look at the calendar, you know, they're going to post where they are in every city. So every month you should be looking at this calendar and going, oh my gosh, on the 2nd, there's a one team, one mission in Toledo, Ohio. Who do I know in Ohio or close to there? You know, oh my gosh, coming up on the 16th, there's Birmingham, Alabama, Omaha, Nebraska, Virginia Beach, Virginia. Who do I know in those areas, or who does my distributors know? And start to look at that calendar and map out, because those are wrap parties. Those are live wrap parties with triple and above, you know, successful people that are going to just share a party pad to have your guests go learn more and get excited. So I think just, again, using the tools that we have between wrap parties, open wrap parties, big events, it's worth a drive to take your distributor to one of those events so you can build their belief. It's worth it to have a guest go, for them to go sign up and get excited about the business, as well as your distributor listening into any of the corporate calls that the company does. Everything that they are exposed to that takes them one step higher, that gives them a bigger picture, is going to build their belief, build their excitement, and build their confidence in the business. And that's what you want, because the more belief and confidence they have, the more action they're going to take, the more excited they are. None of us like to do things that we're not confident at. But the only way we get confident is by doing. So we've got to just get them through some of those action steps to build that belief. And that's really where it starts. And, you know, parties are fun. You just got to do them. You know, if you're scared to death to do it, guess what? I remember the first time I sat, Tina was probably there. I remember the first time I sat and I did the party pad, which it wasn't called a party pad back then, all by myself. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, we didn't have party pad notes that they printed for us. I just watched Cammie do a couple of them and Kyler. And I'm like, okay, so I just got to kind of try and repeat some of the same stuff. But you know what? Even if you screw it up, your guests don't know. They've never seen it before. So just go do it and get over the fear. Get, like Pam Stoddard would say, get over yourself and just go do it and make it happen. And they're just going to be excited to support you and be there for you. So
absolutely. And, you know, just so you know, the place that we were at, if you go to your website or anybody's It Works website, on the top left, it says events. You click that and you can see this corporate calendar, and you're going to want to take a look specifically at Sunday corporate calls as well, and the Show Me the Money calls. So every Sunday at 10 p.m., there's a corporate call. And that's such a great thing for you to be a part of, 10 p.m. Eastern. And then every Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern, there's a Show Me the Money call. And that's something where they highlight top, like, presidentials, ambassadors, people who've just really risen through the ranks really quickly. Sometimes you've got like 19-year-olds that have done it through Instagram, or you've got, you know, a 60-year-old that they were wrapping people left and right, having wrap parties. And you're going to get to hear about every success story that's out there on those calls. And it's going to really help you to understand what you got your hands on, the type of people you can be recruiting, the type of ways that you can be building. And you should take, you know, your pen and notes to each and every one of those, because I just think it's so useful to you. But that Wired app, I mean, if you go to your app store or you go to whatever your phone does for app stores, and just put It Works Wired, you download that thing and it'll have reminders, even like It Works corporate call coming up. It's so nice to be able to remember.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And it's just got every one team, one mission. So if I'm sitting down with a brand new distributor, I can look at the calendar that week and go, gosh, let's look at the It Works Wired app right now and see like what's up and coming. If there's something in your area where you know somebody, because there's nothing like them being able to see the big picture. So I can go right to the Wired app, click on it, and start to look at the corporate calendar and go, oh my gosh, there's an event happening like in a city where you're from in 2 weeks. Who do you know that we could invite to that event? And just pull it up and let them see. And it's so cool. So
I drove 9 hours when I was first in the business to make it to one of those one team, one missions. I drove 9 hours. And it was because I knew I needed I needed to see, like, what the heck is this whole thing about? And it changed me. It changed me big. So if you're new in the business, I don't care if it's even a 9-hour drive. It's so worth it. I mean, it's really not asking that much. I've seen like kids trying to find the college that they want, go halfway across the nation just to tour a college they're not even going to go to. We're talking about a business that you're looking to really generate a great wealth for your life. Driving 9 hours, that's just part of your commitment and part of your training. And I really would recommend doing that. I do have a little bit of a list here going, just to recap a little for some people. Log into your eSuite. Go through the It Works You. Print off the product sheets and make a binder out of it. Do a 100th list and do it in the next 48 hours. Before the night ends, find 2 dates to put launch dates on in your calendar, because as you get that list together, you'll start inviting people to it. Get the It Works Wired app and put some events on your calendar. Make sure that you're in the VIP Success Coaches group or your team's group, because that's a great place for you to be connected and to be able to ask different questions as a distributor. You might not be in the VIP group, but you might have your own group. So make sure that you're connecting with your leadership that way. Tiffany, is there something else you can think of that we need to be thinking about?
Well, I think, sometimes I feel like a horrible sponsor. I don't know if you've ever had those days, Kyler.
You're not. I would love to have you as a sponsor.
Well, because literally we know we get paid to do 3 things. We get paid to sign customers, wrap people, and sign distributors and help them get their customers. So, when we think about what should we be doing every day, well, we should be working to get customers, get distributors, and then working with our distributors to get customers or go wrap people. Like, that's our business. And so I feel like sometimes I don't hold hands enough for people. And so I think that's what's so great about everybody doing this 20 points a day to 20K is it gets them to think outside the box. And you guys, congratulations, because so many of you guys were blowing the roof off that yesterday. Like, Kyler, I was loving reading the news feed and hearing from everybody. You guys, I'm telling you what. Like, in this group, we're going to have some major promotions this year. I can feel it and I can see it. So way to go, you guys. But when you think about doing our business, that's really what we do. And so, for me in the beginning, it was just getting in those habits of doing them over and over and over. So I think if you're working on those 20 points, you're going to see how easy it is to create successful habits. You're going to see how you've probably been getting in your own way, complicating it, going, well, I've been making this way too hard. You're going to see that just taking a little bit of action every day in just a burst, that it doesn't take 8 hours a day to build your business. That's the biggest thing. And I stopped telling people how many little hours I worked in the beginning to get to such a huge income, because I don't want people to feel like it was easy. It was just, I was very effective with what little time that I had. And so I think what this does, this 20 points a day and these ideas, is it gives you focus. Otherwise we can get in where we're like, okay, what should I be doing today? How do I talk to people? Where do I talk to people? What do I do to build my business? And really, that's what we get paid to do. So we just keep doing it. And I think the more you fall in love with the business, it's like you just want everybody to know. There is no filter. You just want to share it. You want people to be involved, which is why I've been in network marketing for 20 years or more, because the first time I saw it, I just knew it was the best thing ever and that everybody should be doing it. And do I think people are crazy when they don't do it? Yeah, a little bit.
Me too.
why would you not do this to have this much fun, make this much money, have this much freedom, impact this many lives? I mean, what we do is not complicated. It's so simple. It's not hard. It's not difficult. It can be challenging, but truthfully, if you can talk to people and want to pour in people and love people and just help them, you can make a ton of money. And that's a fact.
It is a fact. Oh, one more thing I want to talk to people about. This right here is an It Works shirt. And Christy's got her It Works stuff on here. Tiffany does too. When we go out, you can go to your itworksstore.com and look at the apparel they have, because if you can go around town in It Works gear, if you can be with your friends and your family and around people wearing things that say live, love, rap, or anything that's got your brand on it, it's always a good conversation starter. And if you are at just really tight places in your income, I say do this even if you're not, but you got your kit and it came with one of those Blitz cards. It's a coupon. Go and have that laminated and turn it into a necklace. That's what we call a lanyard. It looks kind of like a VIP backstage pass when you do that. And you just wear that around town. And the area where it says your information, just write, ask me. And just write that in big, bold, permanent marker, because it's so amazing. You don't even have you don't even know. Just wait till you do it, because people will see it and people will stare. And if they stare, that's your invitation to say, have you ever heard about this? This is my business. This is what, my family's doing to change our lives. And you just go ahead and get their info and that sort of thing. But wear the apparel. And we believe that life is a blitz. And by blitz, we mean getting the world to know more about It Works Global. And, when we do make more money by signing a customer or signing a new distributor, the greatest part about that is we just have to be talking about it. We just have to be meeting new people. Sometimes I don't even talk about my business, but when I'm meeting new people, they'll say, so what's your shirt about? And they'll bring it up themselves, and I'll say, oh my gosh, why don't you give me your phone number and I'll text you a coupon. This is my at-home business. You're going to just love this. Or I'll friend them on Facebook. But we are now in business, and our business grows when we meet more people. So welcome to the new social network. We're really excited about it.
I can already tell we're going to have like an amazing Zoom about blitzing. We're going to be like so fired up about that one. Yeah. I love blitzing too.
I love blitzing. It's such a fun way to build your business. I meet people everywhere I go. It's just really, once you get the knack of loving people, then you get the knack of building your business. Yeah. I think we got everything on our list, TT.
Awesome stuff.
If you're brand new and you're wondering where you get that 20 points to 20K list, that is something you get from your upline, or if you're in the VIP group, it's in the file section and you can find it there. But you're going to love that printed out, and that's a goal every day, 20 points. And you'll see all the different fun ways that you can build your business, and you'll learn real quick. Anybody can do this thing. They just have to be willing to do it.
Amen to that.
Amen. Christy, is there anything you wanted to say to the new person out there as they're digesting all that Tiffany and I just brought their way?
Yeah, I think it's just a good reminder that we're in an information age. We have every answer that we need at our fingertips. So just with that said, keep it as simple as it is. We don't need to bring more information into every situation. And like they said, just have fun with it. And I think that's sometimes the internal battle, the mental battle is just not letting it go there. And if you do, bring it back and just start simple again, and literally keep it this simple. Go back, listen to this again, make those lists again, and just start from square one. And don't be afraid to do that over and over again. That's what it's all about, is just being able to replicate it until it's like clockwork and it just starts happening. So, yeah.
And people will think that we've got secrets. Like, maybe we've got secrets to how we're really making this much money. And I'm telling you, if you could record me saying the steps to success, I simply would sit with Christy and say, so why are you looking to make extra money? And as she shares all the things about it, I say, well, let's make you 500 right away. And I say, let's talk about steps to success. And then let's get your people doing it. It's going to blow you away. And I show them that residual income chart. And, you know, I never change what I say. It's always my story. It's always steps to success. And it's always what we just told you here. Use this video when you sign your first distributor. Just keep it so simple and don't think there's a secret, honestly.
And don't let anybody change that perspective. Like, hold on to that, because people are going to come along and like try to say, oh, you need to start doing this, or you should be doing that, or you know what you need to do, you know, and just don't even waste time with those people. Move on. Say, okay, great. Thank you for your suggestions. You know, and then just don't be afraid to move on. You're just going to don't let anybody slow your momentum down. Just keep it simple and let that be the wheels that get things in motion, and don't let people take that from you.
Yeah. Any last words, Tiffany, to that new DT out there?
I just welcome every distributor on board. And the other night we talked about the wrap party. A new distributor is the best level in the company. It means that you took the first step. And, you know, it's like the Chinese proverb, right? The journey of whatever, 1,000,000 miles or whatever, however, you know what I'm saying. How many steps you got to take begins with one. I told you I can't memorize it, right? But you can't ever get to triple or presidential or ambassador until you actually became a distributor. And so I just think it's such a proud moment. You know, be prideful of your business, be excited about your business, treat your business like a baby. You know that it's a commitment, know that there's going to be great days, hard days, days that you're just like in bliss. But at the end of the day, if someone insults your baby, tries to kick your baby, you know, you're going to not take that. You know, you're going to defend your business. You're going to defend your baby. You wouldn't ever bash your baby. You know, you just take pride in the It Works business, in the company, because what we have here is something so super special. It's like Mark says, we're like breathing rare air right now in this business for something that's never been done in this industry. If it's been done, it's been a long, long time. So it's history in the making. And I just think there's 2 times in your life you really get a chance to have something this impactful or this amazing that can impact your life in this type of way. And I don't know if this is your first time or your second time, but I do know it's one of the times. And not to take that lightly. And difficult and challenging as things might be for a new distributor, just not to lose hope of what's possible, because we're living proof, Kyler, you, me, Christy. If we can do it, anybody else out there can do it. We just kept going.
That's right. And if you are brand new to the industry, a great book that helped me understand what this was about is The 4-Year Career. And that's a great book. Just Google 4-Year Career. It's the number 4-year career. And it'll really get you jazzed up about how great of an investment this is to your future and why you should have probably done this 20 years ago. But we're glad you did it with It Works right now, because we'll tell you it's easier today than it's ever been. But yeah, great. Thank you guys.